Child commits a crime in Britain, you could go to prison. That is the new message from the government this week. The Youth Justice White Paper, published by Deputy Prime Minister David Lammy, proposes that parents face tougher accountability when their children offend. Parenting orders strengthened, fines increased beyond the current £1,000 maximum, and in extreme cases, parents imprisoned for failing to address their child's behaviour. Parenting orders were used over 1,000 times in 2009. By 2022, just 33. The system collapsed and youth crime spiraled. Every child caught carrying a knife will now receive a mandatory intervention plan. New youth courts will be piloted and £15 million a year invested in keeping 12,000 at-risk children out of the justice system. Lammy said it plainly, the youth justice system is not working, not for children, not for victims, not for communities. These reforms are long overdue. Do you think parents should be held accountable for their children's crimes? Drop it in the comments.
They're throwing bins! Me and young Bob are here. How you doing? Mental. Yeah, I don't actually endorse violence. Sorry, oh my, I'm so sorry.
A sword found on a teenager on a busy London street in front of families, shoppers, children. Metropolitan Police, including armed response units in full tactical gear, stopped and searched a group of teenagers in central London. And what they pulled out stopped everyone watching. A full-length, samurai-style sword, hidden inside one of the young people's backpacks, on a public street, like it was nothing. A sword, not a knife, a sword. That is what is being carried on London streets right now. And someone in that group thought it was acceptable to walk around with a weapon like that in public. Metropolitan Police have been ramping up stop and search operations across London all year. Knife crime, sword crime, violent offending, and the operation found exactly what it was looking for. This is not normal, and it should never become normal. Our streets deserve better. This is News Buzz UK. From the street to your screen. Like, share, and follow us.
Look at that. Look at that. These guys were tasered. Here we go. They got the taser right? Yeah. Tasered. Oh. No. Look at that. Wow. Not allowed, brother. Yeah, but I mean, jeez, is it allowed? It's a traditional right.
Look at the phones, man. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no worries, mate.
Get them in the van.
Can you watch my bike back if I walk over to the vans? Here we go. For that. Jeez. Man, welcome to Manchester, guys. Wow. I'm sorry, mate. Get out of your way. 2 vans, man. What were you saying about the phone?
He's been on phone. Excuse me. He's been on phone for like 10 minutes.
Who's that one?
He's been on phone for like 10 minutes.
Right.
He's been on phone. I asked for the police first. I have to tell the police.
Not allowed, brother.
I asked the police first. I have to tell the police. I gotta show you.
Oh, come on. Got these men walking around with flipping swords, man.
Parents to be sent to prison because of their child's criminality. That is going to be the new government policy. Now, what do you think about that? Do you as parents believe that you should be sent to prison for your child's criminality? Now, when it comes to that, some parents, and I've worked with kids, with some parents that actually push their children into criminality. Some parents are drug dealers. Some parents do groom their kids into doing so. They don't tell them off when they're doing things illegally. Do you believe that them should be going to prison? Maybe. It's a little bit of a, one of them ones, isn't it? That's what I saw today. But also, it is Knife Crime Awareness Week, 18th to the 24th of May. Now, I'll take this time to remember my best friend that sadly passed away through a stab wound to the heart and died in my arms, took his last breath. But also there's many other families and friends out there that have lost loved ones. Martin Cosser lost Charlie Cosser. Julie Taylor, who lost her grandchild, Liam Taylor. Ava White, Leanne White, mother of Ava White. Kelly Brown, Miro West. Many, many more. Ollie Stevens, Joe Dix, and so on. There's so many. I apologise if I haven't said everybody, but I'll be here for hours because so many kids have lost their lives to knife crime. Education is key to knife crime. Going into schools, youth clubs, speaking to any child that you come into contact with, whether that's in the street, it could be anywhere. Talking to them. Us as parents, talking to our children about the dangers of knife crime. Asking them if they're aware of knife crime. Do they see anybody with knives? Have they had a knife pulled out on them? You know, there's places out there that you can report this. As Martin Costa would say, fearless.org. Now, I've pushed that fearless.org now since 2019, since I've been working with young people. Via Sussex Police with the Reboot programme, which was the biggest early intervention programme in the UK at that time. It was highly successful. I worked with so many kids. I've worked and reached over 20,000 children. Over 20,000 children in the time that I've been doing this work. I've got kids I say kids, they're not even kids anymore. They follow my social media pages from kids that I used to work with. They're doing amazing. Some have had kids, they message, Carl, thank you so much for everything that you did for me. Thank you so much. If it wasn't for you and the directions that you was helping us go into, we wouldn't be in this position today. That is the importance. Knife crime ruins lives, many, many lives. It's destructive. Very destructive. Can you imagine being a parent and losing a child in such a way? Can you imagine going to the Chapel of Rest and seeing your 14, 15, 16-year-old child laying there in a coffin because their lives been taken because some sausage has decided it's a clever idea to take a knife out for an argument that could have been solved over a McDonald's breakfast. But instead, they pull a knife out and they decide to stick it into somebody and take their lives. and then take their own lives, because then they end up getting a very, very long time in prison. So we're remembering everybody that's lost their lives, as well as it's gun crime as well, but it is Knife Crime Awareness Week, but we also lose a lot to gun crime as well. So let's just take this time to remember all those that have been lost. I will keep going out there educating young people on the dangers and the impact of knife crime, and so will everyone else that I know. Just remember, you're more likely to be stabbed with your own knife if you're carrying one. The chances of actually being stabbed is really, really slim. If you're involved in the life, that raises dramatically. What do you reckon, parents? Do you feel that you'd be able to accept going to prison for your child? I doubt it.
Welcome back once again to Global Update with Destiny. Guys, from the clips of the video you watch, this update from UK that any child who commits crime, the parents will face jail. They might face jail. What do you think about this decision? Do you support it or not? To me, I will say this is not the right thing to do, because as a parent, you might raise your child the way that it's supposed to grow, a normal way, proper way. But remember, you don't go out with that child. Friends can easily influence a child in a wrong way, that child will be doing what the parent didn't teach him or her. So if they say parents will face jail because their children are committing crime in UK, to me, I did not support it. Let me know your honest opinion in the comment box. Do you support it? Don't forget to subscribe if you are new in my channel. Coming across this channel for the first time, like, comment, subscribe, and turn your bell notification so that each time we upload, you will be the first to receive our notification. Thank you for watching. Right now, UK is turning into something else.